once it gets going. All right, Shalom, Shalom. All right, we the brothers here from GmsTampa Bay. First and foremost, we want to give all the praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and sincerity. So we just, it's good. All right, Con. So we good. So hey, we're gonna get right into it, man. We nigh at the door of the coming of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Judgment is going on upon the earth. The Lord is moving the right chess pieces into place, man. And it is what it is. If we want to start off with Habakkuk chapter 2, Book of Shah, because we in the time of the Lord speaking. Everybody else had their turn. All right, they had their time to bring about their what do you call it? Your what's it called? To present your evidence, okay? But now it's time to render the judgment based upon the evidence, okay? All right. So you had on one side you had the truth, and on the other side you had a lie, and it's getting ready to be found that the way of this world, primarily Esau, Edom, his way was all a lie the entire time, man. Okay. Get that in Habakkuk. Whoever got that book, sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the book of Habakkuk, 2, verse 2. It reads, "And the Lord, Yahweh, answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it."
See, and the Lord has done that. Through his men, his servants, the prophets, upon the earth here, he has made his words plain. Okay, the things that only the seers could see were made plain so that those can read it and what?
Reads plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
That he may run who readeth it. So you're supposed to hear these things, okay? The things of the scriptures, the prophecies, okay? The breakdowns. You're supposed to hear them and run, meaning to make yourself ready to get it going, okay? And we drawing nigh to the very end of your grace period. Your time to wake up. If a brother wants to grab that, it is high time to wake up out of thy sleep. Because it's no longer a glimmering light off in the distance, man. The Lord is right at the door and it's shining bright. Okay? It ain't just you hearing the rustle and bustle of people waking up going to work. Now it's you seeing the sun rays coming through the window. Okay? Whoever got that?
Romans 13, verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe, man. So now is the time to get your ass up because the salvation is going to come. It's about here. So a lot of Israelites are going to die. I'm going to say that because Isaiah 66:16 tells you that the slain of the Lord shall be many. A lot of people are getting ready to die because they're not paying attention to what's happening. And the key thing that's happening is that charagma, okay? That thing that nobody wants to talk about, okay? Baltimore, if you want to put it like that, or Voldemort, however you say his name. He who should not be named. Well, this is the prophecy that nobody want to talk about, okay? Because everybody want to be PC. You got certain dudes out here that want to be PC. They don't want to get flagged down by Esau about talking about the MOTB, man, which is the mark of the beast. Okay? We seeing these things come to fruition now, man. And we know that once that comes out, man, it's all out war. It's going to be all out chaos after that, man. And we seeing the lead up to it. Brothers have something?
I got a quick precept. Because the brother was speaking about early as we opened up this lesson that, all you other philosophies from, the black unconscious community, who they call themselves the conscious community, Christianity, all right, you Muslims, all right, none of you are speaking or have the records, okay, or the credentials to speak about what's happening right now, okay? So that's I'm gonna get this precept out of the 1 Corinthians 4:9. It says, "For I think that the Most High has set forth us, the apostles, last, starting from my elders, apostles on down, because they're the one who has taught us the truth. Okay, that told us about these things. All right, before the YouTube, and then even when they got on the YouTube, like Elder Tar say, here it is. We've been pushing this MOTB for over 10 years on a tube and haven't let up yet, and now this thing is clearly evident that it's happening. Okay, so when you go back to the I'm gonna go to the translation, the New Living Translation, right? New International Version, 1 Corinthians 4:9. It says, "For it seems to me that God has put the apostles on display at the end of the procession. Like those commended to die in the arena, we have been made a spectacle to the whole universe, to angels as well as human beings." So the point being, he has put us on display at the end. Why? For us to usher in the end. And the scripture said the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. Okay, so what's taking place right now? Right now we're living in very prophetic times where unprecedented things that have never happened are occurring. Okay, and they were first spoken of through the scriptures, then the apostles that he has set forth in the end, as I say, on display. Now, the things they have spoken are now transpiring as we speak and are currently happening. So I'm going to read through this verse and then you will got it. 1 Corinthians 4:9. "For I think that the Most High set forth us, the apostles, last, as we're appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world and to angels and to men." So this is the last thing. This is the counsel, as scripture say in Proverbs, the counsel of the Lord shall stand. Okay, so this counsel is standing, and you can see that the council of Egypt, or the council of all these other philosophies that you people have indulged yourself in or put your trust in, it is now failing you. Okay, and you have no answer for the things that are occurring. But here it is, we do. We're standing boldly, and we're able to tell you exactly what's going on and exactly what it's going to lead to, and the end all be all. Okay, before these things happen, the Lord say, "I tell you of them." Okay.
Yeah. To back, brother, up real quick. Isaiah 30 and verse 20. Isaiah 30 and 20, it says, "And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers." So backing up the brother, going into how the Lord sent out the apostles, meaning sent forth, or sent away, because the word has to be pushed, and the word is pushed by his men. As the Lord said, he revealed his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. So the Lord gives you the unfiltered counsel of his will through his men, So what's it, Romans 3rd chapter, what if somebody not believe, Will that unbelief make the will or the Most High of uneffect? Of course not. This thing is still going, So whether people heard or forbear, then shall no scripture to say a prophet have been among them, And this prophecy is speaking for itself. That's what we know. The kind of words coming. We ain't gonna be out there much longer. All right. Go back to Habakkuk.
No. That was it on Habakkuk. All right. So if brothers got quick precepts before I get into this article. Ariel, Dawuda?
Nah, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. All right, so we're going to get into a quick article here, and I'm not going to read the title. You can read it for yourself. All right. As you can see, the C thing in the microchip developer explains why people want the polka dot passport put in them. Okay?
Hey, brother, real quick.
You got to jump rope around these, so go ahead.
Hey, real quick, because hey, it's the spirit. I was actually holding this precept, not knowing what you was going to go into. But hey, speaking on that there article, I seen that earlier today. Let me read this real quick. It says, "For when they shall Salakia, 1 Thessalonians 5:3, it says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail a woman with child, and they shall not escape." Kind of going into that their article that you have, hey, we was kind of going through this in class, you know what I'm saying? They see the problems coming, you know, but then all of a sudden they have a so-called fix to certain things, like, you know, what that article is going into. But the average mind think that, okay, shit about to get back normal, things about to go back, you know, where we, you know, we have some type of stability in this here place now. Hey, but they don't realize that, hey, their destruction is nigh at hand, you know. But we can tell by measuring the times diligently that, hey, our salvation is right at hand, man. All right, but you know, they coming out with these things like that, you know, as far as let's quell the situation and everything else like that. But that's a very heavy article. But go ahead, brother Salakia.
Matter of fact, before we get into it, brother, get second. Revelation 13, and let's just start there. Let's start at verse 15 and read on down. You know, again, because we at the end of this thing, man, there ain't much left to say. What's been said has been said.
Because when you prophesy, you speak on things before they happen. If they're happening, what's the use of? It's no more need to prophesy because they're happening. You know, so family word is coming soon. You know.
This is the book of Revelations 13, starting at verse 15. It reads, it says,
And read it verbatim.
This is the book of Revelations 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast.
And that image of the beast isn't talking about your sweet boy baby Ray Jesus, man. That ain't the image of the beast. Neither is an embargo. Okay, or not an embargo. That's what they say the MOTB is. It's not the image of the beast is not Christianity. Or no, they say that's a mark too.
Yeah, that's a mark of the beast too.
You know, it ain't Cesare Borgia, man. It ain't Serapis Crispy. All right. It ain't Jesus. Okay. It's the what's the acronym? NWO. Okay. It's the New World Order, the image of what Esau wants things to be. And we see that image, that agenda, if you want to put it into a term, an agenda, we see that agenda being propagated upon the earth, man. Okay? That unity, everybody being one. They already build, they have, I forget exactly what countries out there in the Middle East, they have the one world religion building that they built. Okay, or are planning or are in process of making, you know. So this is nothing new under the sun, man. They tried it back in the day with the Tower of Babel, okay, and they're trying to do the things all over again, coming as one. But the Lord is getting ready to stop that. Yes,
to back you up, because Antiochus Epiphanes, you know, he going into them Greek freaks, which he saw, you know, is back again doing the same thing, trying to make everybody as one. So. Real quick, First Maccabees 1 and 41 says, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. You know, so according to that New World Order, you know, the NWO, they're going to be as one people, one under one nation, one banner flag, one rule of law. You know, and going to this whole juice thing. You know, it's leading up to the chipping thing, all right, because that's really what the whole thing is. You know, you're being uploaded.
Chippendales.
Exactly. You know, being uploaded to this new network and idea of living, which Esau's New World Order involves, you know, this literal new world. You know, uploading you to the end of things and having dominion over you by that badge of servitude. You know, being the chip.
Real quick, Bubba Shaf, if I can mention, as your brother said, uploading you to the Internet of Things. All right, or making you a merchandise or item. You go into Revelation 18 chapter, it said in the souls of men. Okay? After it mentioned all the raw materials, the ivory, the fine silk, fine linen, and at the end it said, and souls of men. So that's how this men, the system is going to merge you with the system where you are a part of the system. You're part of the Internet of Things, going into the Internet of bodies. They want to. Yeah, you're being one. So that's how you're going to be one. And as I watched the video earlier, it says in order to enter into Satan's new world order, his kingdom, you have to make that covenant.
Right.
you have to be bonded with the system. You're not going to be able to enter into the New World Order if you don't make a covenant with it.
And that chip is the key.
Exactly.
You know, to unlock you to be able to have free passage in this man's New World Order. You know, you can't, just like he's trying to be like the Most High. You know,
and you're making that cut. You shedding blood. You know that. You know, so the brothers is on point with that, man. You know, and Aria, you had something?
Yeah. Just to add on to that, you know, because you know, at the end of the day, man, you said what? You're making a covenant with him, bro. All right, that's you. That's the deciding factor. Who you gonna choose? The scriptures talk about to choose whom you this day that you would choose. You know, we choose Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay, this man is clearly a deceiver. If you can't see it at this point, then the Lord isn't putting this. Hey, you don't have the eyes to see. You can't see that this man has been lying to you the whole time. You don't see that's his thing. That he just lies. He's book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3 and 4. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there be fallen away first," which happened. All right, you know, reason why we're in this position now, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Now we at a point where this man has been revealed. It's clear. It's clear to anybody that has eyes, you can see that he's the man of destruction. All right, the man of sin. He's completely contrary to whatever the Bible says, and he's the one that's in power. Of course, he's gonna make a microchip. Okay, it just makes. Of course, it's a physical thing. It's not a spiritual thing. Esau's not a spiritual man.
Hey, if I may say this real quick, going off of what you just said, you know, you quoted the precept in 2 Thessalonians. He set up himself up as the Most High. Well, get that Romans real quick. Bubble Shark, just that one verse.
It's the book of Romans 12 and verse 5. It reads, "So we, being many, are one body in Hamashiach."
You see, so that's the point right there. So us being many are one body in Yahushua. Well, Esau set himself up as the Most High, right?
Mm-hmm. I didn't read it yet.
He's trying to get the many to be one body with him.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have these people that are gonna tune in. They're gonna plug themselves in to become a part of that body, the part of the body of the wicked, not the righteous, and that's why they're gonna die.
They're showing that they worship so-called white men. That's their God. All right. They've made they thought about it. They made a conscious decision that, okay, you know what? It's better for me just to fall in line with this new agenda. And I didn't actually read it, but verse 4, it says in the 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4, "Who opposes and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God." And that's what he's doing. It's gotten to this point now. It wasn't no 50 years, 100 years down the road. It was just a few years later. Now here it is, 2021. We're about to go into 2022. They're talking about the MOTB. They're talking about the RFID microchip. I'll say it like that. You already know what it is. We've been telling you that for mad years. The elders have been telling you that for decades, and then y'all talk shit. Now here it is. It's popping off right before everybody's eyes. Talking about the vagination passports. All right, you're gonna need that in order to do anything. Okay, and they're gonna put it within a RFID microchip so you get to scan it. We ain't lying when we say that. You brothers got it.
Hey, real quick, as we're going into the covenant, because Esau wants you to make a covenant with him. As the brother stated, you know, he want to be like the Most High. He has that God complex. So as Esau wants you to make a covenant with him, all right, the Lord wants you to make a covenant. You got to make sacrifices and covenant with the Lord. So Esau trying to do the same thing. So it's Psalms 50 and 5. "Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice."
Real quick, if I may add real quick, because he wants to be the Most High so bad. He's doing it exactly like the Most High. Is the Most High coming back for everybody? Is every nation in the world going to be a part of the body of Yahweh Shem Yahushua? No, it's only Israelites. So Esau, he puts it under the guise of everybody's one, but really, who's he coming after? Brother quoted it earlier in the lesson. Revelation chapter 12 tells you that the dragon was wroth with the woman, and then he chased her into the wilderness. So roughly paraphrasing, he's after you Israelites, just like the Most High. Really, Esau don't want to heap onto himself all people. It tells you that, right? In the scriptures, he heapeth onto himself all people. You know, Habakkuk chapter 2. Okay. He really just trying to gather up you Israelites, but he's putting under the guise of gathering up all these nations. Like, look, everybody, we're going to be all equals. We're one. No races over the next. But really, he's just after you Israelites. He wants to bring you close unto himself. Yeah, because he sees that he knows the power that within the people. That's why he does so many experiments with Jakes, man. Esau's trying to figure out how he can tap into that power. Well, he's going to put himself. He's going to try to put himself in that position of being over the chosen people. Okay, so he's adding onto himself. You know, mainly it's just these Israelites. Okay, you have something else?
No, that was it on that.
That was it on that precept. Dawda, did you have something?
No, I mean, I was gonna read Habakkuk 2 and 3, but going into that article a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I'll wait a little bit because it just goes into that article.
You
still have Revelation 13, right?
Yeah, we still got that Revelation 13. But go ahead and get that and just hold that for now.
Yeah. So jump to verse 16, Revelation 13 and 16, and he calls it all, both small and great.
And there you go, the all. See, this is why, under the guise of everybody, he's going to deceive you Israelites into falling into his plan. Because he's heaped into himself all these nations, all the different people. All y'all seem to be in the same predicaments. All y'all are having to work a job to make it, try to make it in society. All of y'all are pushed to have that so-called white picket fence life. Okay? But what? Esau's really coming after you Israelites. Okay? But he's going to bring, because the scriptures tell you that temptation is going to come to the whole world. But it's only really meant for you Israelites to fall under this thing, man. Everybody else is just going to follow along with Esau's plan. They're just innocent bystanders, so to say. Collateral damage to obtain what he really wants, man.
That's what they're meant to do. They're meant to do that. They're meant to take the chip and all that stuff, man. They're not meant for no salvation. It's to set the illusion up that the majority of the world is going in that direction. All right, the wide gate. Okay, so it makes it harder on a brother.
Real quick, the brother got a quick precept to go with what we were just saying.
This is Ezekiel. So this is concerning Esau, as the brother stated. Ezekiel 35. I'm gonna hit 5, and I'm gonna jump down to the point. Ezekiel 35 and 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. This is the point. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine.
The northern and the southern.
Yeah. And we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there.
Wherein the Lord was there. You want to speak on it, Ariel?
No, you got it, brother.
Yeah, so you see, that's what Esau's coming for, man. He ain't really. He's just, everybody else is just following. Everybody else is already used to just being followers. Right. All these other nations. It's always been Jacob and Esau. The other nations are just following along with the program, just like they're going to follow along with the program when we in rulership. Mm-hmm. This is going to be Esau, just like you have Jake, who's really going to be the true target. Esau is going to be the target of us in the kingdom of heaven. We're really going to be whooping his ass, but the other nations are going to be getting their asses whooped because they're just following along with Esau. Okay, that's Psalms 83. Okay, Esau was always there in the background, egging on the other nations to whoop our asses even more. Yeah, he didn't let it. He afflicted us after we left Egypt. Okay, more specifically Amalek. All right, and he was helping the Babylonians as well to make things worse for us. And then he sure as hell made things worse for us when he became them Greeks and them Romans. And today you're modern Americans or your white nations, you know. But so he's doing this to everybody. The main objective is you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, that's the true target of this devil, man. Okay,
and because he's carnal, he don't, because going into the curses, we're scattered through all the nations. So Esau said it, throwing out a very wide net, a very broad net, so he can catch everybody really again. Exactly. Because again, trying to play the Most High says in Psalm to 10th chapter, his eyes are privately set against the poor, and privately means secretly. He secretly wants to get you Israelites. That's his whole big old plan, so to say.
All right.
Yeah. Ezekiel 35 and Ezekiel 35 and 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thus thou hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Okay, there it is again. Esau has always had been at ends with the nation of Israel. Now that the man is actually in power, all right, he's doing everything in his power to make sure that the nation of Israel is completely defeated. All right, but that's not how the story ends. Okay, so we're still we're still in biblical times, so to speak. Okay.
Because the scripture says, not one jot or one tittle shall in their how's it go? Pass from the law to all be fulfilled. So roughly paraphrasing, it's a lot here, but everything gonna happen. Go ahead.
Now, everything's got to happen. So right now we're still in the part where we're being ruled over by our oppressor. Okay, which is the last kingdom before the kingdom of heaven is established. All right, the kingdom of Esau, which is talked about in the book of Second Esdras, the 6th chapter. All right, he's the end. Jacob comes after that. So right now and again, going back to all through the Bible. All right, the Edomite is our arch enemy, basically. Okay, raise it. Okay, even to the foundation thereof. He talked shit the whole time. Okay. He smashed our kids against the stones. And we're gonna do the same to him. That's the prophecy. That hasn't happened yet. Okay, that's gonna happen after. We got to get through this part of the kingdom. All right, no, we're not empowered to do something like that. Okay, but go ahead, bros.
Is that without nothing?
Yeah, I got a quick one real quick just to back up the brother Ariel because he was going into that perpetual hatred. This is kind of where it started. Genesis 27, I'm going to read verse 41 and 42. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. All right. So it started, when Isaac was on his deathbed. It says, and these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. And, that was when it, really started having that uptick. And the brother just read about that perpetual hatred. And it's still going on to this same day, man. All right. We was commanded not to take this, the MOTB. All right. But this is what Esau's plan is to do to us, man. All right, further separate us from our power to have our power to come and destroy us like 2/3 of our people, man. But this is ultimately, Esau's hatred against us from the beginning because he sold his own birthright, man. He was created to be the wicked, man. All right, but you brothers got it.
And like the brother was saying, starting with Esau, Jacob and Esau, through the spirit, if you receive it, it really goes back to Cain and Abel. Okay, that hatred. Because he was Mr. Can't Do Right, and he was a straight up hater,
Yeah.
So now he stayed. Then not only that, then we got his blessing from, So these devils, man, they know what's up, man. They know they came. They know they are that line of the wicked. Okay, they know they came back as Esau. Cain came back as Esau, so they know they are that lineage, and they know that we've always had a problem with them. They know that they've hated us from the beginning. Okay, so. They're intact. They're in tune with their true selves. Is you Israelites who are not, and he's showing you his true self. If you haven't realized it, the so-called white man is showing you your true self out there. You so-called Negroes and you Latinos and Native Americans. The devil's been showing y'all his true self since he came over here to the Americas, if you want to put it like that. Okay, in modern terms, because that's all you niggas don't know any history past slavery, because they don't teach you none in school.
And Jake's so simple, he don't know he's about to go in slavery again. Mm-hmm. Though this whole chip thing,
the digital prison. Mm-hmm. Okay, and they showed you that in the movie Ready Player One. They get you all up inside the oasis is what they call it in there, which is the metaverse. They get you in there, they get you in debt, and then they come in real life, come get you and put you in a room with some Oculus glasses, and now you a slave in a damn video game. and you can't leave the place until you done work your debt, and they charge you interest while you're working for us. So if they showing you that in the game, guess what they got coming for you people? You got a dude that just paid $450,000 to be Snoop Dogg's neighbor in the fucking metaverse, bro.
I'll be
You
telling
niggas are just falling for it, man.
God,
This digital frontier has got you niggas losing your damn minds, man.
God damn, what the fuck?
Just with it, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the love of money. But go ahead, keep on with that, but
Going back to Revelation 13 and 16, it reads, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand, or in their foreheads."
Right. Hey, and they've been showing you that. Okay, they've been showing you that with your smart watches. Okay, they've been showing that with the your bracelets that you have to get scanned to go into parks like Disney.
Scanning your temperature with your forehead.
Yep.
Bloodhounds.
Yep. There you go. You know, so they go ahead, Dowd.
I was gonna say I did a video on that not too long ago. If you go into Walgreens nowadays to the little freezer departments where they have like the ice cream and stuff like that, hey, look at those doors, man. Look at where the little scanners and everything are at. You know, when you look up, they have the thing right over top of the door. And in the video I made about that, I said, why do they need these on every, like this door, the one next door to it, you know, the little freezers, when, you know, they even have that technology out now where when you walk inside like the DMVs, they have those little scanners at the top, you know, so everybody that comes in and scans. So why don't they just scan you at the door? Why is it every single freezer door that's like that, man? All right, and they have it right there for your right hand where the handle's right there and the thing right on top, man. So it's plain and obvious, man. The vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it's going to speak, man. All right, but go ahead, brother.
And on the news, you know, the propaganda machine is spinning looters and shit in LA, you know, breaking in stores, stuff like that. So Esau's trying to justify why he's putting his technology in these fucking stores. You know, because again, the agenda is he wants everything to be plugged into his New World Order system. And he's blaming Jake, you know, for everything. The spread of the juice, well, not the spread of the CV, you know, the pandemic is all Jake's fault. He's looting. Now I got to get chip access, whatever access key code to get into the stores. They're breaking in stuff, you know. As Nero said that for our own Jake, you know,
blaming it on the Christians. That's what they're gonna do. Is they're gonna blame Jakes, you Israelites. Go ahead,
Hey, if I can say, it's called problem, reaction, solution. They already have the solution. The solution is what the brother's reading right there. They're trying to put that up in you. They've already had this technology from the beginning. They just needed a reason for the people to call out for it. All right. So like with, you know, what that article is kind of going into, they can always say, look, man, you know, because I want to do a video on this. They can say, look, you can come in the grocery store, but we got to check your passport type thing. And the line for the paper passport, we got to call in and verify it. It's going to be a 2-hour wait before you can get into the store because they can be frauded or printed out fraudulent and everything else like that. Or you can just, you know, pay a little bit of money and go get this here thing put in, and you got the fast lane, the you know, the quick pass and everything else like that, man. And you know how Jake like these types of things. It's like, you know, even like you were saying in the theme parks, where I remember, I ain't been to one in some years, but I remember way back in the days, you can go to like certain rides and get a certain type of pass and come back, and they'll tell you when you can come back. And it's like, yo, you kind of getting not waiting that long, but go somewhere else, and they'll just boom, scan you in a lot faster, man. So they already have this the solution ready, all right. But then now they have to cause a problem. All right. Oh, well, people are faking these little things. We don't know if it's real time, or even if you did get the right paperwork and everything, but our systems aren't updated fast enough, or we got to have something else, man. So they already got the solution ready. They've been had this technology before we even had this so-called crisis ready to go. But now they have a reason to implement these things, man. All right. But you brothers got it.
Socially, it's called social engineering. They're socially engineering this technology into the world, you know, and trying to justify for what's happening, the shit that they're creating on the earth, the chaos.
Yeah, and it's always the Chicago. They just made an announcement. That nigga woman made an announcement, and what they saying? Bars, entertainment, gyms. Wow, all the shit that people.
Jake go to.
Yeah, exactly. People want to be involved in and have fun. You know, all the social areas, because why? Humans are naturally social. You cut somebody off and say you can't talk to nobody or whatever, that's gonna drive a person insane. So people want their social butterflies. They want to be out talking. You know, even if you don't like talking to people, you know, you got people that just they like being. That's just how we are. We're social people.
I'm Legend.
Yeah,
I was talking to the mannequin and shit.
that went crazy, man.
Fucking, bro.
It's sure saying man shall desire to hear the voice of another. So, you know, we just social animals, mammals, if you will, all right? And we want to, you know, we want to talk and socialize. So they hit all the places where, you know, you congregate, and now you got to have proof of this, a proof of that to go into these certain areas, you know? So Esau got it all planned out, man, you know?
Hey, real quick to back you up on that, being social creatures, you know, like if you do some bad stuff in jail or prison, what do? They put you in a hole or what they call solitary confinement. And you watch these movies where people go crazy in them things where they just in there for lockdown 23 hours out the day, don't hear a voice of nobody else, man. And them people get real creative in there to be able to talk or hear somebody else's voice in there, man. All right, because they know that that's what's gonna break you down. It's like, yo, if you ain't got contact with nobody else, man, that'll really break you down. But you know, you just to back you up, brother. But go ahead.
Going back in Revelation 13 and 16, it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads."
Yeah, so that's what Esau has started to do with this whole the model year 2019 Crown Victorias that came out. Okay, he at the same time of him trying to bring everybody together, he also created a division to try to weed out the desirables and the undesirables, so he can make a clear distinction of who needs to get a rod of correction and who don't, who's just gonna fall in line. Okay, so this is what Esau has been reading. Read that last part of that precept again, Bubba Kashar. Just that second half.
It says, "To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads."
Mm-hmm. So that's what he's been doing with the crown Victoria, man. Okay, to receive that mark, that charagma, the badge of servitude. He's been programming the minds of you people through getting, you know, poked up and laying in bed with Vicky. Okay, letting her penetrate your ass. Okay, that's what Esau's been programming you to make you feel comfortable, right? Like we were talking about earlier, to make you feel comfortable to keep laying in bed with this woman. You know, like, oh, what he say? I usually don't do this, but you just made me feel so comfortable. That's Jake, man. The Israelite woman. What did you say? The nigga woman. That's the nigga woman. That's all. You know, I usually don't do this, but you just made me feel so comfortable. Well, that's who Jake's, man. That's how Esau's treating you, like a straight up bitch. And he's been reeling you in, making you feel more comfortable. Oh, he gave you some money. So I guess it's somewhat okay. And then you still have most Jakes that are still protesting. But as the time has gone by, and he's showing Jake and people up in the basketball courts and at the concerts and in bars and at the gym toning up, y'all started thinking like, damn, maybe I'm on the wrong side. You know, and then you hear the Israelites out there, the men of the Lord, telling you not to go that way. And you're like, man, you crazy. That's how 2/3 are, man. They're like, nah, these dudes are crazy, man. I've been desiring to be over there. They got the women over there too, and they just look like they're having a good time, man. I want to go over there and have a good time. And a lot of y'all are gonna fall for it, man. You're gonna fall right into bed and get penetrated with that juice, and it's gonna be left up in you, a hot, steamy one.
Hey, brother. Hey, I read a little earlier today about when they should say peace and safety, because right now, you know, like what you was just saying, people would say to us, y'all always talking about that negativity. Y'all living in fear and in doom. I'm just trying to go out here and be comfortable. And if they can make a way for me to be comfortable out here, hey, let me go with that. You know what I'm saying? So they got a way of doing it. And also with, you know, kind of going into the situation you're about to read into, but they got all these so-called, we'll call them add-ons that people have to keep getting. And every time there's a new file update, we'll have to use those terms. People like, shit, we got to get another one and another one. We tired of this. We used to getting it, but we tired of keep getting the switch up. Now we got a real-time live update one to where, you know what I'm saying, it'll be able to check us out with all the new updates and the programs, and then they can just automatically administer it through this. So we ain't got to worry about it no more, man. We don't have to live in that fear no more. We can just know that we're going to be all right because, see, Esau done provided a way out with these, the digital all, more or less to say. Well, you brothers got it.
Hey, your boy Nate to tell you that it's for big business. Okay, he'll tell you that it don't mean men, people. Okay, when the very next verse, the brother's gonna read it. It says what it says. Read the next verse.
Oh, verse 17, it says, and that no man might
Right.
buy or sell. Keep going.
Right there, though, right there. You continue in a second, but it says that no man. All right. So it's not big business, small businesses. It's not what you call it. Corporations and nations and no, it's talking about regular people, man. Jake. It's talking about Jake. This stuff is affecting Jake. The brother Mayim just breaking it down. Okay, the brother David was just breaking it down. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are gonna have to pick who you're gonna be dealing with. And the majority of you niggas are gonna choose Esau. You're gonna go right into the metaverse. All right, because you think that everything's safe there. You need to keep up with the times. You see, they're doing away with everything, so you're just trying to keep up with the time. That's why a lot of you were gonna follow Nate because you want to hear smooth words. Okay, he's with the system. Their congregation has a 501c3 charter with Esau. We ain't doing that over here. They're with Esau system. They're trying to forward this system to keep going on and on and on. That's how you can tell them dudes is false. All right, when it's clearly that it's the MOTB. Okay, it's breaking it down. You brothers got it.
Get chapter verse 1. Verse 1. Yeah. Get that real quick.
Is Jeremiah 23.
Just to back you up real quick, Ariana.
Jeremiah 23 in verse 1, it says, woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture,
Right.
saith the Lord.
Well, woe be unto them. All right, that means destruction, death, and destruction be unto them. This is in the Bible where it's showing you that who the house of David, and then you got the house of Saul. These people are preaching straight false doctrine, bro. And that video that the Nate and them did was 7 years ago, but they still on that. They're not correcting that. They got a huge congregation. They're just telling them that you don't got to worry about that. We've been telling you about it, bro. Now all of a sudden it's popping off. Niggas is silent. But you're starting to see slowly but surely the true and faithful brothers, the sincere brothers and sisters too. Man, sisters is coming into this thing.
True teachers.
The true teachers of Yahweh Basim Al-Shai, they're starting to jump ship from that crap, and you starting to see them on the common boys of Great Millstone. All right, they starting to see them break off and make their own little churches. Okay, this is supposed to happen, man.
Why I left IUIC videos.
Yeah, dumb shits is popping up. Watch. Okay, they ain't the truth. Right? They giving double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, or they just leave IUIC and go back into the world. All right, that's still blood on their hands. They're gonna go back into the world because they got they was lying about that. I don't think the mark of the beast is embargo. I think it's the chip, but at the end of the day, I know I'm an Israelite. I'm just gonna go back into the world. It's easier that way. Niggas is through, bro. They on that mindset, like, you know what? Never mind. Let me just go back and just know I'm an Israelite, and Lord willing, that's enough. No, the Lord requires more from us, man. And you niggas is just playing around with it, like, oh, yo, bro. What did it say? He said, read that verse again, Art. If you still got it, you just read it.
I got it. Jeremiah 23 in verse 1, and I'll read the NLT after because it goes, it's heavy too.
You can break it down too.
Jeremiah 23 in verse 1, it says, woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashmi Oshai. And I'll read the NLT. It says, Jeremiah 23 verse 1, NLT, that says, what sorrow awaits the leaders of my people, the shepherds of my sheep, for they have destroyed and scattered the very ones they are expected to care for, saith the Lord. So the very ones they're supposed to look out for, being the watchmen of Israel, what you're supposed to be watching for. We read was reading Habakkuk 2nd chapter, set me upon a tower, and then see what he'll say unto me, because we're supposed to give the unfiltered counsel of the Lord. What the Lord says, ain't no cutting back. I don't know if we can put this and tell these people this, because we might lose some money, because the only way you don't do that is if you have another narrative, you have some other motive, and it's because a lot of these guys out here, they took the bag, the bag made me do it, so with them having them gag orders, and stuff like that, working for Esau, that's a conflict of interest, Of course, we're here in the world, we have to maneuver and be wise servants, harmless as doves. But as far as making covenants and deals, that's fishy. You should be questioning the people you follow. Where are they getting? Who do they work for?
Those questions are gonna start coming up again, though. So I mean, hey, they're gonna have to answer those questions, bro. Like they're gonna be like, "Yo, what's up with the MOTB?" Like you're gonna have to remake that video because shit is looking like GMS is right. Like on some real shit, it's looking like GMS was right the whole time. Like it's clearly like moving in that direction. Like you ain't gonna be able to buy nor sell unless you're dealing with the chip. That's the mark. It adds up, and you can see people in the world even they getting it. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 33:33, and when this comes to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. You got it.
Yeah, come. Now, hey, so now people are starting to realize, okay, yeah, they were the prophets the whole time. And you know what? The Lord may show mercy on. We still in the time of mercy and grace. So this is part of the story too. That's why patience is such a big deal. Because this is the faith and the patience of the saints. So if the saints are patient, now we're starting to see more fruit coming in. More fruit, meat for repentance is starting to come in and ask questions and dump off their old ways. They leaving them cats, man. That shit they got right. That's an illusion. A lot of that shit, man. They probably be paying for views. That shit is illusion. They ain't on no level, bro. Okay, that's fake, man. That's some shit they made up, bro. That shit ain't real, bro. A lot of them cats, man. Them Sakari cats, man. They be paying for views and shit, bro. They ain't real. None of that shit is sincere. Okay, you know it, man, because you see the difference when you go on the common boards of the elders or any brother in Great Millstone. You see the difference, man. You don't see that same energy over there. It's just a bunch of ass kissing and smoke blowing. Okay, but over here we have the fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We clearly see that the MOTB is the RFID microchip. That's what it is. We're getting ready to enter into that era, and we're going to be tried with that decision. You're going to be tempted to get the RFID microchip in order for you to continue living in America, like to go back to any kind of normalcy. Just get down with it because they're making you pissed off. You don't want to be a part of this system no more. You don't want to get the jabberoo, okay? Too much. You want to go back out to the clubs. You want to go back out and do things outdoors, like the brothers were saying. In order to be doing that, you're gonna have to play ball. You can't be on no rebellious shit. You're gonna get left out of it. You're gonna get left out. All right, now the whole world's gonna be tried. I said it said that everybody's gonna be tried. It said what did it say? Verse 17 again. It said read it again, Baba Show.
Going back in Revelation 13 and 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Right, you're gonna have to get marked. Okay, you're gonna have to get pricked. You're gonna have to get marked. You get the mark, you in there. If you don't get the mark, you're gonna be casted out. You might even get put to death for that. They said that. It says you should be. It says in verse 15.
Verse 15.
Yeah. It says and caused as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So some people might have to get put to death because you're not playing ball with Esau and you drawing too much attention to the truth. Okay, that like Brother Mayam says, we don't really believe that if we be part of the elect that we're gonna have to deal with that death, but we don't really know. That's why it's imperative that we stay fervent in the spirit, because the devil shall come down with great wrath. That's coming upon everybody. Okay, but Israel is going to be the one to feel it, because Israel is again, Esau hates Jacob, man. So he's bringing the wrath upon us, and it's going to be tough for us to even think about living when the RFID microchip is mandated. Look what they're doing with the mandates right now. We all about to feel that burn, and it's not going to let up. Okay, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And this teaching and things that we're doing, all this is going to get shut down too. Now they're starting to flag pages again. Okay, now you see to move over to a platform that doesn't have much fruit. That means the famine of the word is coming. Not everybody's going to go to Odyssey. Then only the true listeners, the true followers of Yahweh Shem Yahshua are going to make it over there and find the pages. Everybody else is going to be left out there to find the IYC and shit.
Yeah. But I say real quick.
YouTube is down. Shit. Good.
Yeah, I was gonna say real quick. Going to that prophecy. This is creating an inconvenience. By design. I saw brought up in the chat. That's what the lady was saying in Chicago. These implementations of these decrees are designed to give your life hell. Give a sense of scarcity with these shortages. So if we don't play ball again, he's making this happen by the decrees he's pushing for.
And that's why Biden, every time you see this bozo on camera, he's talking about safe. It's safe and convenient. And that's the same thing we've been saying for years, starting from the apostles on down, about this charagma, about that real jab, that real the game plan one, the game play or the game time ball. Okay, this isn't the practice ball. This isn't the ball with no logos. This wasn't the warm ups before the game. No, this is game ball. This is a game ball that's going to be given to you, man. And you're going to have to decide, and like you said, though, or like you brothers have been saying, Esau's been pushing that fear out there of this is what happens if you don't do this. So now when he comes with that solution, like that I mentioned earlier, he's going to be like, look, this is what you've been wanting. Yep. It's that safety, that convenience, that the happily ever after, so to say.
Oh, they wanted Biden. They wanted Biden. All right. Yep. Now you got him. Now look, you got it, brother.
Yeah, and real quick.
Go ahead, brother.
Like real quick, that was Bubble Shop. In the midst of inflation, people complaining about inflation, complaining about how hard times are getting because they can't afford this, they can't afford that. So that MOTB is the solution to all these things, man. All right, that's the solution to the problem. Inflation, the dollars it ain't worth a damn no more. It's losing its buying power. All right, with this you can download your records and it's convenient, and you don't have to worry about transferring diseases through cash and all this. And look, that's the answer to everything, and people are going to willingly accept it because it's going to so-called get rid of all the issues.
Yep. And that's what it says here in this article. In this part, it says Epicenter's chief distribution officer, which is the company that distributing these microchips in this article. I'm just going to skip down. It says Haynes Sojoblad told the news agency its microchip offered an efficient way to make one's Crown Victoria status checked at a movie theater or shopping center without recourse to a cell phone. So you don't have to pull out your cell phone or so your digital passport. All they got to do is beep, right? So it says and this is a personal quote from the guy. It says, "What matters to me is that the people who get chip implants, they do so on a voluntary basis." It said, and it says, and because they are curious, they want to work with this technology. And that's Jake. Who the most curious is you damn monkey see, monkey do's out there, man. And Jake is the biggest one of them all. So Jake has been curious. He's been hearing about the microchip from the men of the Lord. He's been seeing certain technological advances, and he's become curious. He's like, damn, I wonder what really can be done. I wonder what happened if I do get this in me.
That's why the script say the leaders of these people call us in the error. Now all they need now, it don't hit mainstream media. Now all they need now is one of these celebrities to get the chip put in you. Yep. And then man, it's all downhill from there.
TikTok.
Now they once it hit the mainstream, now they just gonna have these celebrities start promoting it, them getting it, and then man.
I see them. They're making mockery of the men of the Lord as well. It says, this is a quote. "Remember when this was just a conspiracy?" U.S. Representative Lauren Boebert tweeted in reaction to initial reports about the implants. So they used to want it to be a conspiracy. Oh, they ain't gonna do that and chip people and my. Nah, where them guys at?
Yeah.
They that Homer
Hey,
Simpson.
read the other tweet.
Yep, go ahead.
Read the other tweet that the so-called. There's another tweet in there. Read that one too.
The nigga one.
Yeah,
That the one you talking
there's
about?
two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Read the other one.
The nigga woman, I think this is the one. Oh yeah, she says, look, Sweden, which we know what's been going on in Sweden for years now. They're a completely cashless society now, for the most part. It says, and of course, this is a nigga woman saying it, Drea Humphrey. She says, look, Sweden is working hard at making sure the Book of Revelation becomes a documentary as well.
And the platform is already set. You got the people taking the jab, the celebrities that took the jab, all your football players, your basketball players, your celebrities, you got them that took the jab. So it's just going to transfer into the MOTB. They're going to take the MOTB, and then, they took it. Oh, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they took it. They all just...
The faster
And they-
now can jump higher.
Yeah, you know, so...
You can't take this one, Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
Right.
so
Stephen A. Smith.
beautiful, man. You know, so it's the stage is already set for you to take this, man, because the jab was the forerunner to usher in the MOTB.
And look, and real quick, at the end of the article, the last paragraph says Sweden announced in December that the Victoria passports would be required at any venue or event with a capacity of more than 100 people.
Beautiful.
Now we're in December, we're near the end of December. It says since December, say some 6,000 people have reportedly opted to have an implant since then. So this is just in December and just in Sweden, in a place that most people already have a chip in them.
Six.
So now another, exactly, the number 6, and the elder Yaswamba mentioned that in one of his recent videos. That number 6 keeps popping up.
Yep.
You know, it ain't no coincidence. Okay, read the last verse of the chapter. Okay, but what that people are going to be moving like that, man. When they threatening people with certain mandates. Okay, and this is you ain't gonna be able to do this. You ain't gonna be able to do that. He's already pushing that fear of damn. If I don't go with things, I can't do shit. I'm just gonna be a recluse, a raccoon or so, whatever, a bear, hibernated.
Yeah.
But when they come out with the solution, look, all you got to do is just get this one thing. Forget about this, forget about that. Now we're gonna all know who's who and what is going on in the world, and we're gonna feel safe. Aria, you have something?
No, sir.
I think that was about to bring up something.
Con, I got 2 real quick just to back you brothers up. You know, you brothers was kind of building on the same thing as well too, but also to say into that their chip, because one of the things that they've had from some years back, they was talking about this way before this whole situation came up, was how they have like these digital medical type situations to where, all they would have to show you is somebody like a celebrity or somebody getting infected with this here thing. But because they have this technology in them, it can already have the a quote unquote some type of dose in it to just release it. Oh, now they cured immediately in real time. So you don't have to stop anything. The convenience of everything. Like, you don't have to take off of work. You can be exposed to it, catch it right now. 2 minutes later, it's already in you. You good. You going right back to your situation. But see, these people don't want to lose the fear of their life, like they're saying, like you brothers are going into. They don't want to be so-called excluded from this here world and everything else. So let me read these 2 real quick. First one is in Matthew chapter 10 and verse 39. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. And going into the he that findeth his life, I want to get back to living again. I want to get back into this here world. I'll do whatever it takes to get back to normalcy, to go back to the clubs, to go back to the football games, to go back to work, to get back into this and to get back into that. Hey, man, whatever it takes, man. And you already see it going on. These people say, hey, look, in order to do this, you got to have this, you got to have that, you got to be poked up with these things. You see these people just running blindly, not asking no questions about these things. Look, fuck that. I got to get back to work. I got to go back and go do this and do that. Even when they had these certain mandates coming out, before the deadline came up, you had people jumping to that. And then, look, all of a sudden they put halts to certain mandates. And then, those people was like, well, fuck. But they were so anxious to not lose their life into these things, man. All right, so we know how this is going to roll out as well too. You know, thinking about how their end is going to be versus our end. But let me read this in Revelation chapter 3 and 10. It says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." So again, you have twofold where you can look at it. You know, obviously, you know, we were reading about the elect over here, you know, how they're going to be kept from this hour of temptation. But the rest of these folks, man, they're going to be tempted. Shit, I don't want to be locked out of society. I don't want to be locked out of the gym, the club, the bar. We've been on lockdown for so long. I'm just trying to get back to normalcy, bro. I'm not trying to get evicted. I'm trying to get this here, keep my job or get this new promotion. And they even have new positions for people in certain places to go track down these people who don't want to go and get these things. And, you know, they're pushing it out for women first because they know that we're not going to get into all that. But nevertheless, they're trying to pay them, like, I believe, like $3,000 a month to go find these people that's not going into these things, man. So these people are already in a financial bind and everything else like that. You know what I'm saying? They're willing to do whatever it takes right about now to get this here pressure off their neck. And there's pressure coming from above and below. Hey, the food is getting more expensive. The jobs are getting more scarce. You know, people are getting scared out here of who's going to affect who and who and who. If they could just have that peace and safety and that mindset, it's like, well, even if I catch it, you know, this thing can real time alert me and then I can be, you know, everything will be all right. We'll just go ahead and do all this. At least I can get back to some normalcy and things like that, man. Hey, then that's when that sudden destruction is going to come upon them, man. All right. I just wanted to bring that up, but you brothers got it.
Let me read a little bit more in this article, and then we'll close out with Revelation 14 and 9 and 10, and 2nd Ezra 16 and 69. We'll close out on those two. So I'm just going to read two more paragraphs on this article, and then we'll be done with the lesson. It says the microchip technology was developed by Stockholm-based startup Epicenter. The tiny chip stores a Crown Victoria 2019 Vicky passport, the likes of which Esau's punk ass. You brother still in there?
You good, brother?
Yeah, you good.
Yep, you good. You good.
Right.
Yeah, blacked out.
This shit blacked out and we can't hear you or we can't see you.
Oh,
Yeah, you dropped for a second, but you back.
All right. It says Esau don't want this coming out, but it says the tiny chip stores a Crown Victoria 2019 Vicky passport, the likes of which are increasingly being mandated across the globe. You see, so they pushing that agenda out there. Okay, and it says it can be read by a device using a near field communication protocol, which all your cell phones got it. That NFC. Okay. Mm-hmm. It says the same tech used by credit cards and other digital payment systems. Why didn't they say cell phones? Because they want to tie in that fact about the buying and selling. As the prophecy said. Okay. It says the chip can be inserted either in one's arm or between one's thumb and forefinger with the data readable through the skin, which is going into the grapho. Okay, you go into the root, the Greek word there for the word mark is charagma. You go into the root word of that is charax, and you go into the root word of that and it's grapho, and it's that collection of data, a writing of information. Okay, it says the chip.
Hey, real quick, brother. Mm-hmm. Just to say, you know, when you're talking about that grapho, that's your quote unquote status, you know. Oh, you up to date with your records, you know.
You probably listening. Yep, exactly. It says a unique code, which we've been talking about, that UPC code, right? You're going to become a product to Esau.
mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Which you already are, you know, but you're going to be
official. Officially brand you.
Just like you officiate a marriage, you go in onto your wife. Well, Esau's getting ready to go in onto y'all, man. You know, it says a unique code generates the individual's Vicky passport file on a reader as it makes its makers displayed in the demo video distributed to multiple media outlets. Okay, so that's what they're doing, man. All right, and ultimately at the end of the day, man, if you get this microchip that's getting ready to come, okay, which is the MMTOEB, is the charagma spoken in Revelation 13, you're gonna be through, man.
Hey, can I bring out one precept?
Yeah.
Barbershop. One quick precept. Because the brother from that same article, the brother read how the chick was like, well, it looked like they trying to bring Revelation prophecy to pass as a documentary, roughly paraphrasing. So this is Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the heavens of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So a lot of people either heard us speak or they don't read in the scriptures, buying and selling. So a lot of people know about this Revelation 13 and 16, right? But it's gonna come to a point where Esau, he's gonna say, I don't care. You know, like he's not gonna say this directly, but he's gonna come, I don't care if you know that this is Revelation 13 and 16. Either you take this is what it is, you take it, or you gonna die. That's that great wrath.
Great wrath.
Draconian. You gonna get real draconian. Look, that's Revelation 13 and 16. Yeah, and you know, take it. You know, take it or you know, you be done. You know?
Yeah, that's how you know going to context clues. Esau, that's Esau Edom. You know, he's moving like someone has no time. You know, the stuff he's pushing out. You know, the elders going to how he's being tacky. You know, he's moving like he's in a rush. You know, and eventually he's gonna say, man, fuck it, I don't got time to be wrapping this up in a nice present for you. Take this or die. You know,
exactly.
And, you know, that's how he's gonna move because again, he don't have that much time left because the Lord's getting ready to judge him.
Go ahead and get that Revelation.
It's the book of Revelations 14 and verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead.
Yeah, so if you down with the system, if you down with the New World Order, if you're down with the way things are gonna be on the planet Earth, and you receive his mark, you're gonna be through. Go ahead.
It says, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation.
Yep, so there's not going to be no adding sugar, spice, and everything nice to the Lord's judgment. It's going to be straight up raw dog judgment, okay? With no chaser, no mixer, no sweeten things up, no drop of water on your tongue to cool it off. Nothing. Yep. Just like a brother said, concentrate. And Most High's gonna put it on the label from concentrating.
Concentrated.
Yeah. Or the blood of the grape
Squeeze.
from concentrating. Go ahead.
Reads on, it says, without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone.
So your judgment is gonna be the nuclear missiles upon your head, man. Okay? That's what it's gonna be. Go ahead.
It says, in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
And see, the elect and Yahweh Shai is gonna look at y'all being destroyed, man. Okay, and even before that, when the men of the Lord start seeing y'all getting them chips lined up, people dropping dead, pussing up, we're gonna be laughing at you. When your hand looking like you evolving, like the dude from I forget the scary movie. Nah, the movie District 9, I believe is what it was called.
Yeah.
Where the dude was his arm, his eyes started getting scaly and shit. When y'all start looking like that, what else is gonna be said to you? Shall they pity he who's been bitten by a snake, or so they pity the charmer when he's bitten of the snake?
Right.
No, we ain't gonna feel sorry for you. Get that real quick when we close out on that one.
Second Ezra chapter 16 verse 69, it says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot.
Yep. See, so you're gonna be having derision, meaning you're gonna be mocked by the men of the Lord. We're gonna be talking all that cash shit, y'all. Oh, no microchip. We're gonna be doing all that.
It's Christianity.
Yep. Yeah, it's Christianity. Yep. Yep. You're right. Look at you. Yep. Yeah, it hurt, don't it? Yeah, that's that Christianity for you.
Right.
You know?
The heavy point, it says the consent. You know, that's
Right.
the contracts. Just like when you gotta take that juice, you gotta sign your name saying you consent. You know, and same with the chip. You're gonna have to sign that covenant of death. You know, and that covenant of death, we just read the judgment, is you're gonna ask to get blown up.
So, hey, real quick, Ariel, say something.
Shalom, shalom.
All right, Karen. All right,
This is
you good? Yeah. Just I can't see you, and it looked like you said something on the video. Go ahead.
Hey, Con, I was just gonna say real quick, like the brother said, consent. You just read in that article how they said they want it to be voluntary, right? There you go.
Yeah, Salakia, brother Salakia. It sounds weird on our end when you particularly.
Oh, it's all good, brother.
Go ahead.
It's fine.
Ask again.
No, I was just saying, you know, the brother just read about the consent. You know, you just read an article about being voluntary.
Yep, exactly. Yep. He wanted people to volunteer. That's what it's gonna be. They ain't gonna put a gun to your head and force you physically, but they're gonna make you want to.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
They're coercing you.
Yeah, exactly.
Give him an offer you couldn't refuse.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, that's something
Real quick, the Lord has not given us a spirit of fear. Real quick, 2 Timothy 1:7. For the Most High have not given us a spirit of fear, because Esau is going to bring a great fear among everybody. You know, terror, man. He's getting ready to approach you directly, as the scripture say, a sword is being sharpened. Then shall we make mirth. All right, he's getting ready to show who he is, show himself. So it says the Lord has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Going to that wisdom and knowledge shall be a stability of thy times, man. So everybody's gonna be scared of the so-called white man Esau Edom, you know, or what, you know, his draconian measures. Oh my God, he's being so rough. His military troops, he coming through sweeping and all kind of shit, man. But what? We have a defender, man. Yahweh Shai, man. This man is not going to be able to put fear in us, to scare us into taking his mark. All right? Because once things stop becoming voluntarily, all right, Esau going to get as much people as he can deceive voluntarily. Then he going to have that last little bit of that little stronghold of that resistance. And then that's when he going to come with that great wrath and store of fear. Then he's gonna get the rest. Yeah, make examples. Then he's gonna get the rest. You go, oh my God, a lot of people gonna be scared. Then that last little stronghold, he gonna take you. All right, and then only people that's gonna be left is the men of the Lord, the true men. All right. Then shall it be known who are my chosen. That's why Scripture say a wrath.
16.
Come on, 2:16. It's kindled over you. All right, then shall it be known, because why? You're not gonna be able to fear to bow down and to the image of all. You're not gonna be able to scare them into that. All right, then shall it be known who is my chosen, man.
Fear the
You
Lord.
know, because we fear the Lord exactly. Why? We fear the Lord more than we fear fear Esau. We don't fear Esau. We fear Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And as the brothers quoted, you can't serve two masters. All right, you're going to hate one, love the other. So we fear the Lord ultimately. So Esau's not going to be able to scare us into taking this technology. All right.
Hey, so with that, you know, Lord's will this was edifying. We want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of the great millstone, and much blessings and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and sincerity. That we say, Shalom.
Shalom.